What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Thursday, April 24th, 2025. If you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my daily $15 best bet, head to Pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Got plenty of action lined up this weekend. And on Thursday, I've got my MLB pickoff play for $15. I've got an NBA play of the day, and I got a Hoops and Homers 3-pack. If you're looking for NBA and MLB action, also got an NHL 3-pack as well. So make sure that you jump on board, whether it's with a daily or a long-term pass. For me, the 3-day and 7-day passes are actually less than buying each of Thursday's daily packages individually, and it'll get you a few more days worth of plays. We've got, like I said, MLB full schedules all weekend, NBA and NHL playoff action as well. So again, make sure that you jump on board and use that promo code PICK at checkout, 15% off your purchase. But I'll tell you, we're here to talk about a 4-game NHL card on Thursday, and the playoff action just keeps getting better and better as we go along. We had some solid action on Wednesday. Let's keep it rolling into Thursday. You guys know the drill. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game takes us to the Amalie Arena, where the Tampa Bay Lightning take on the Florida Panthers, and Florida came out swinging in Game 1 with a 6-2 victory. But I'll tell you, it was a close game early. It was 1-1, and all of a sudden the Florida Panthers started to pour it on, and the Lightning, for whatever reason, it was just a bad performance from Andrei Vasilevskiy. What I can tell you, as a Leafs fan, and seeing the couple years in a row where the Leafs had to play the Lightning in the first round, you don't bet against Andrei Vasilevskiy after a loss. Normally, he bounces back. The Lightning, as a result, bounce back behind him, and this is still a Tampa Bay team that plays their best hockey at home. They are a very strong home team, and I don't care who it is. You don't want to go down 0-2 heading on the road for the first 2 road games of the series. So, yeah, I think the Lightning bounce back here. I think they're going to be focused after that on taking back home ice when we go to Sunrise for Game 3. But I'm going to take the Lightning in a bounce back performance here. Because, like I said, I can't see the Tampa Bay Lightning going down 0-2 in a playoff series to the Panthers. So I have this series going at least 6. I think the Lightning get their revenge here, even up the series. So give me the Lightning on the money line in this one. Now we head to the Canadian Tire Center for a matchup between the Ottawa Senators and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto taking a 2-0 series lead with their 3-2 overtime win over the Senators last time out. But the Senators, this is must-win territory for them. No team has come back from an 0-3 deficit to win a series in the NHL playoffs. And, the Senators were a sub-500 team on the road this year, but at home, they were 27-11-3. So they were an outstanding home team this season. But the Ottawa Senators, even though this could be the spot where the Senators bounce back and get on the board in this series, and I still think that it's probably a series that goes at least 6 games. At least that's what it's felt like. It's just hard for me to sort of look past sort of the deflating feeling that the Senators must have after losing Game 2 the way they did. They battled back from an early 2-0 hole, and if you're the Senators, maybe you take solace in the fact that you had a quick 2-0 hole, and then all of a sudden Linus Ullmark turned it back on and was really strong, and the Senators pretty much owned the second period in Game 2. But this is still a Maple Leafs team that I still think, even though I won't lie to you, as a Leafs fan, in Game 2 I was sitting there thinking, oh God, not again, when the Senators tied the game up late in the third period, and I was sitting on pins and needles just waiting for that second goal to come. The Leafs have the momentum after that big win in OT. And I think the Leafs believe that they are seriously, on to something here. I think it's the new coaching with Craig Berube. I think it's the veteran experience within this team. And I just think that the inexperience is still going to come back to haunt the Senators at some point. For me, I still have to roll with the Maple Leafs here. Call me a homer, call me whatever you want. It wouldn't surprise me if the Senators got on the board in this game with this win to tighten up the series a little bit. But given what I've seen so far in the first 2 games, and the fact that Anthony Stolarz has been on fire in his starts, down the stretch and into the playoffs, I got to go with the Leafs to take the 3-0 series lead here. Now we head to the XL Energy Center for this matchup between the Minnesota Wild and the Vegas Golden Knights. And If you watched the wraparound on Tuesday, you knew that we picked out the Wild plus 1.5, kind of gave it out on the money line, and it was just utter domination from the Wild in that game for the most part. I mean, yeah, Vegas had cut the deficit to 4-2 in the third period, and thought maybe they could make a comeback, but Minnesota slammed the door shut and evened up the series at 1. And Vegas has been more susceptible to taking losses on the road this season. I mean, they have one of the best home ice advantages in the NHL, but on the road they hadn't been as effective. However, they still have a record above 500 on the road this season. And say what you want about Minnesota, they were less effective at home as well this year. The Wild have had issues with Vegas as well. I mean, Vegas has won 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams, and each of their last 5 trips to Minnesota. So I just think that at its core, the Vegas Golden Knights are the better team, and I think that they can bounce back and steal home ice back from Minnesota with a winning game 3. So I'm going to take the Golden Knights to win this one on the money line. And our final game on Thursday's card takes us to the Enterprise Center, where the St. Louis Blues take on the Winnipeg Jets. And I'll give St. Louis credit. They've been competitive in this series, but I just think that the Winnipeg Jets are on another level right now. You see Connor Hellebuyck and just the level that he is playing at in goal for the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, he was less effective on the road, but the Winnipeg Jets still went 26-15 on the road this season. That is still a really, really good road record. And while St. Louis has played their better hockey at home, it just feels like the St. Louis Blues are back to being that team that kind of struggled their way down the stretch, struggled to find the back of the net a lot of the time, and were trying to win low-scoring games. The problem is that, you can try to win low-scoring games all you want, but it feels like the only way the Blues are going to win a low-scoring game right now is if they win the game 1-0, because it feels like Connor Hellebuyck is just not going to give up very much for the rest of the series. The Winnipeg Jets have won 4 straight in this matchup, 8 of the last 9. You don't always just take a team to just sweep just because, but it feels like the Jets have the Blues number, and I think that the Jets take the 3-0 lead here as well, so I'm going to take the Jets on the money line to round things out. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Thursday, April 24th, 2025. Again, if you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. Let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my daily $15 best bet, head to Pickdawgz Premium. And remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon.